There's Obi.
This is the buddy system, and I'm Smokey. This is Dabber Jones,
And we got Obi here.
and then we got Obi the cat.
Yeah. We'll see how long his interview lasts, but we're just kind of chilling today. We're going to talk about the fruit show, pretty in depth. We got some
We got a special guest today.
a guest. We have a special guest. We have I don't know. Let's start out with what have you been up to? We only see each other on Wednesdays these days, so what you been up to?
I got a new part-time job.
5th part-time job.
Yep.
He has 30 part-time jobs, all once a month.
My new part-time job is a stump grinding business.
That's your new job?
Yeah.
How can, bro? So this man messages me the other day. He says, I got a new part-time job. It could lead to big things. That's what you're talking about?
Yeah.
How does that lead to big things other than grinding bigger stumps?
Because it appears that the dude's getting old.
Oh, so you're going to take over the whole business?
Possibly.
Are you his only employee?
His only employee. He's
That's actually
he's gone his whole entire career with no employees, and now
so you're his like heir.
he's hiring an employee. So yeah,
Ben's the heir to a massive stump grinding corporation. One-man job. So that's what you're going to do the rest of your life is grind stumps?
I don't see an issue with that.
Well, I guess
I mean,
that's cool.
yeah, this is just a part-time job.
Should we go on live on here now so people can see the buddy system before the fruits? Should I go on Dabber Jones or probably Dabber Jones because there's more people? Let's do it.
Buddy system show, because it actually is the buddy system show.
Yeah, but we'll tell people to follow us there. Where should we put it? Oh, well, we need to use this. So.
What happened to our interviewer? Our interviewee.
He's going to come up in a minute.
No, the Obi.
Oh. He laid down. He's like, I'm over it. That's not bad, yeah? All right, so Ben's been grinding stumps.
No, I haven't even started yet.
This is why you always have to take whatever you say with a grain of salt. You're like, this could lead to huge things. I could take over this man's whole business. Dude, you haven't even worked with him once yet?
No, that's how
You're already plotting to, like, take over his business when he dies?
Damn, I don't mean when he dies. Damn, you got real morbid.
I didn't know.
My man ain't that old.
Dude, I didn't know. That's how you made it sound.
He's like 150 years old and decided he needs to pass the reins of his business.
Well, you said when he moves on.
I didn't mean like that.
Okay, cool. Anything else? So if you haven't started, you haven't been working for the past week. So what have you been doing for the past week?
Just been working around the house and stuff.
I see that you mark yourself as offline on Xbox now.
No, I just haven't been online.
Oh.
Just
I've seen you've been playing a lot of video games.
I played some video games. I mean,
Which is not a bad thing.
I play video games at appropriate times.
Dude, after this show, I'm going to be back smashing.
Dropped my car off at your mom's.
You did?
Weekend, yeah.
You're going to do it?
Yeah, well, it's already there.
Awesome. No, she didn't fucking say anything to me about it. I'm glad they're going to do it, though.
I hit her up.
Awesome.
She's been in contact.
Yeah, they do good business. They probably already started the fucking thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it'll be done quick. They do fast work.
But Preston
Sweet.
dropped it off for me.
Nice.
He went
Did you
down-
go with them or no?
No, We'll see. Originally on Saturday, he was going to go into
Hand me that dabber.
and then go and see his grandpa that lives in Nebraska.
Oh, okay. That would
And
make
then
sense.
He got to Denver and the truck broke down.
Preston's truck broke down?
So when he got it back up the hill, guess he tore it down, pulled the gas tank out, and it had rags in the gas tank from somebody who
What?
Put rags in the gas tank to avoid like paint and like dust and stuff from going in the gas, and then didn't do it.
Rosin. Yeah. Watermelon sorbet. Sorbet. Sorbet.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, he went the next day and took my car, dropped it off, no problem.
Cool. Yeah, they're pretty cool up there. She'll take care of it. It's funny. She said to me, she's like, it's weird that he's having issues with Geico because we take everything. That's good. I wonder, did she tell you how long it's going to take yet or no?
No, she didn't give me an ETA on it. She said she
Sweet.
was going to tear it down and then call Geico to come and reevaluate. So
Yeah.
it might be some hidden problems.
Yeah, she makes sure, because anything that they fix that's not, that Geico didn't see, it is going to come out of their pocket. So they want to make sure that the estimate's correct. And in Denver, there's a lot more people, so the estimates are coming and going. Like, they're just trying to get them done. Dude, there's 3 people watching us. One of them's my dad, it looks like. Does anybody on Instagram Live have any questions? No? Okay. Well, cool. Sounds like you had a pretty good week.
I mean, so I had my birthday week.
Oh yeah, tell us about the birthday party.
Yeah, so
I didn't make it.
it's very low key. Had cake and ice cream, followed by opening presents. But
You still open presents on your birthday?
no, so I combined my birthday with my friend's 3-year-old.
You're always trying to have parties with little kids, bro.
As weird as that may sound, but
Dude, that thing whomped. Look at Hunter sitting over there in this cloud. Dude.
So, all my friends have kids, so the same people come to the parties.
Shut down.
Damn.
Shut down.
Who's you and your girlfriend?
What?
So then I played night golf.
Oh, I know. I wish I could have gone. I should have went to the party.
And tripped mushrooms and shot lights out. Well, for what I felt like.
Crushed
lights
it.
out.
Night disc is hard.
It probably wasn't. I was probably parring every hole and shit, feeling like I was doing it up.
I'm going to pin in the thing, ask questions. Then pin that. So we're filming our podcast right now for the Instagram peeps. If you got questions, let us know. Oh, look, Hunter's watching. How's it look? Sweet. So dope. You had a good birthday, it sounds like.
Yeah,
I'm bummed I couldn't make it.
Yeah, it's alright. It's low key.
Yeah. No, I was going to come, but after last week's podcast, I went and picked up someone to help me work. And we're actually going to interview him a little later on the as our guest today. His name's Zach. I don't know. Whatever's available. The propane definitely lasts way fucking longer. I've had this thing for like a year. Peter brought it over. So haven't had to refill it.
Yeah, I'm all about that butane.
Someone said they were just watching our mukbang video on YouTube.
Really?
Is it funny? I don't watch any of them. I've not watched a single one. I've watched the one I did watch.
I listened to it.
Had a bunch of glitches in it, so I was like, I don't know. I'm not gonna watch it anymore. Maybe I'm just bad luck. But today I think we're gonna put out a couple more. Ben's tattoo episode. I think we've been pretty excited to put out. We have better content than when we first started. So yeah. Oh yeah, people are saying so. If anybody's on the Instagram, like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, please. We're trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers so we can get monetized and whatnot. So we got a long way to go. So if you could help us out, hit us in the YouTube channel. Link is in my bio still. I think it leads to the Vincent Gordon episode. But yeah. So what are you doing over there? Rolling a joint? Yeah, my week was interesting. It's been a lot of work the past few weeks. Like, I've probably worked more than I do in almost a whole year in the past 8 weeks. Wrecking just destroying myself. My face is burnt. I have cuts everywhere on my hands. Burns.
About this potential suitor you got.
Oh. Yeah, so I went to a dispensary, and there was a cute girl working there, and I asked her to go to dinner. And she said yes. She seemed pretty cool. I mean, I don't know.
Who motivated you to do this?
To do what? I'm a grown man, and I decided to ask a woman out on a date by myself. I didn't need any validation from anyone.
I feel like Peter
No.
was like, dude, you gotta ask Shorty.
Zach was with me, but he didn't really say that. I was like, as soon as we walked and got in the car, I was like, yo, I'm gonna ask that chick out. Because she followed me on Instagram and stuff. I'm not the type of person to, like, hit on someone in a workplace. Usually I would never do something like that. Because I feel like they're obliged. They have to be nice to you, you know? So, like, it's like, I feel like it's trapping someone into a situation. And it's like, so I didn't ask her, like, right then and there. But I asked her when she followed me on Instagram. And I was like, hey. Usually wouldn't do this because I think it's really rude to ask people that you meet at their work out, but you want to go to dinner? She said yes. But no, nobody like peer pressured me into asking a girl out. I'm not 15 anymore. Peter, yeah, no, it was not Peter. Peter wasn't there. Peter was unaware of the situation. So this fucking guy. This guy's asked a question. He says, how do you overdose on weed? I don't... Is that like...
Edibles will make you never want to do edibles again.
I don't think you should overdose, first of all. There's other options. Therapy. How long is it going to take you to roll that fucking joint, dude? It's been what? Like... We need a timer. We need a time, like a desk timer.
We don't need a timer.
I bet you don't. That you say that because you're the one we need the timer for.
I'm trying to do conversation and this at the same time.
Roll the joint, bro. I've already done the dab.
You're not doing any. You need to do some Tell me more about this. What we need to do before your date.
Oh my God, I'm in miserable shape to go on a date as a human being.
Tell me more.
I have literally no clothes without paint or holes burnt in them.
You can do that. You can go.
I can get clothes. But the thing is, I also looked like trash when I met her, and she still said yes. So.
But you should try.
I know. I'm gonna look good. I'm gonna go get me some fresh kicks. Maybe some. I don't know. The mall. Or on the date.
Yeah. On the date.
Oh, I was like, to get the shit. I thought like. No, I thought you were asking me where I'm gonna get the shoes. I was like, I don't fucking know. Like the store.
What kind of shoes you gonna grab?
You know, probably some Adidas with the boost sole because that's what I usually wear, and I just get some new ones.
Get some new Birkenstocks.
Oh, that actually sounds legit. I do. I'm wearing these Walmart foam sandals. They've actually gotten quite comfortable. I went on a hike in them a couple days ago. That was interesting. We got any more questions? No questions. Go follow and subscribe. I think we need to start plugging that more. Please subscribe. If you're watching the videos, please subscribe. We get more views on the videos than we have subscribers. So there's more people watching than subscribe. So please, let's at least get our 80 viewers subscribed. If you guys could do that, it would be very, very important to us and mean a lot. So, yeah. But other than that, my week's been pretty good. Or do you want to keep talking about it? I guess really I do need to shave. I need to like trim up my beard. I'm not going to shave it off.
You gonna
I might.
hair by bear and get you
I should. I should, but I was thinking about cutting my hair, but I was trying to grow it out, so I think I'm going to leave it.
I mean,
It's not bad.
No.
I just need to brush it or something. Make it look nice. Put some like wet look product in it. Suave. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it'd be dripping wet, baby. Woo! Like throw my hair back. It's like I just got out of the shower.
But yeah, that
So yeah, it'll be cool. I think it'll be sweet. I haven't been in a date in like 3 fucking years. The past couple girls I've dated have been fucking psychotic. So
where are you gonna take her?
fucking Blue Sushi. It's my favorite sushi spot. She said she likes sushi, so I was like, fuck yeah. I've been here in a long time. They were closed for a while. But downtown's looking pretty fucking shitty, to be honest. A lot of shit's boarded up still.
A lot of homeless people.
Dude, the homeless people are crazy. Yo, you'll be walking down the sidewalk, and there's just boulders everywhere now to prevent homeless people from sleeping on the sidewalk. But you're like, well, there's nowhere to walk either. So how many problems do we have here? It's crazy. Literally, you'll be walking down in Denver, and it's like, look, see, people are laughing. See, you need to go watch all the episodes. We release, how many episodes do we have out now? Like 10? Almost? It's got to be close.
A lot.
8? We started releasing them out of order, though, so some of them will be like, hey, it's episode 6, and it's not at all. So if you get confused, don't worry about it. We're confused, too. So, yeah, going to go to Blue Sushi. I did go downtown. I got Giordano's yesterday with Vincent and Zach. It's giving me goosebumps right now thinking about it. It's so fucking good. Well, it's not how it made me feel. I'm like, my eyes are watering thinking about, dude, this was one of the best pies I've had.
Like apple or pizza?
But I guess he said he's allergic to onions and garlic, and I got both on the pizza. But I did ask everyone before I ordered the pizza, like, hey, is this cool with everyone? I thought it was fucking gas. But I feel bad. Vincent smashed, obviously. He was, dude, Vincent's setting up a whole turtle basement. Like, his whole basement is Ninja Turtle toys now.
Those people finished it?
Yeah. He said 6 months ago yesterday, but I was like, don't lie. It's only been maybe 2 months. But, yeah, so we did that yesterday. Pretty good week all around. I've been trying to get this kid's been crushing the work. And then the first few days I was like, yo, I don't got time to do nothing. We're not leaving. We're working. And then I sat there and like thought about it one morning, and I was like, put myself in his situation, and I said, man, if I came to Colorado for the first time ever and I just had to work in a studio, I'd be very like anxious to go see what's around. So I was like, damn it. I'll take him to the mountains. So we took him to the mountains. It was actually pretty fun. Then yesterday,
Where'd y'all go?
what did we do? He wanted this Dream Canyon. It was pretty dope. He got to see some cliffs and shit. I'd never been to that spot either, so not bad.
Was it dreamy?
Yeah, sure. Yo, what's our timer at on that? 20 minutes? It's taking you 20 minutes to get to that point in that joint. I just wanted to stop just to point that out.
It was I had difficulty.
You always do. I thought you got really good at it.
I did.
And then you lost it?
Yeah, I lost it in a couple days.
I got really good at it. Didn't do it. Didn't roll a joint for one day. Lost it. Can't do it. It doesn't look bad.
I don't know what happened right here.
Just trim it.
I tried to put a tip on it, and
You tried to put a tip on the tip,
I've been failing on my tipping.
but you already put a tip in there.
I know.
So you tried to put a tip on the tip?
I don't know who said anything about a tip on a tip, but I just had issues.
Tip to tip.
Tip to tip.
Super weird. Pick up a few pre-rolls, take the sushi, and go chill somewhere. Hell no, dude. This sushi joint's sick. They got fish swimming around. They fucking spear that fish for you right in front of you. No, they don't actually do that. That's a sick idea for a sushi restaurant. Don't fucking post this on the internet. We're going to do that.
You should take her to Meow Wolf.
I actually looked, and there's no tickets till next week.
Well,
But
you should pot pot a date till
dude, you had the right word coming out, and then you said something totally different. You're like,
pot pie.
why would I postpone it? I won't.
For Meow Wolf.
I'll just fucking take her on another date. Tell me what you would do, Ben. I need to know, because I'm gonna do the opposite.
Yeah, you should probably just do sushi and then Meow Wolf next.
That's what I was maybe thinking.
I would go for everything. Just bam, 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 bam.
Do it all in one day.
All in one day, yeah. Just be like, damn. We just did it all.
Be like, all right, I guess we never have to hang out again. We did everything we could have done. That's how you do it? Oh, you're funny. All right, let's smoke this joint, bro. Finally. What are we, 25 minutes in? And it's finally lit? 24 minutes in.
I didn't know I was getting timed. I was enjoying my joint rolling time here.
Yeah. You should have put all that weed in there.
I tried. It fell out.
Let's see what Instagram thinks of this shit. Smoke the joint, bro. That's how much weed you left on the table. All right, for everybody who's on here, there's 7 people watching. Hold that up. Rate the joint, 1 to 10.
It's probably like a 4.
Give it a little twirl. Give it a spin. Give it a close up.
Hold on. Let's get it burning first.
Oh, we need a pre-burn judgment. What do you guys think?
Running like it stole some.
It's running. See, you should have let them judge it before, because now it's running and they know that. So you're gonna get lower grades. All right. So what do you guys think on that joint? Out of 10.
It's a failing grade anyway.
No, you never know. Let's see what people think. It could be not a failing grade. You have to get 66s or above. You'll get a D.
I didn't even get myself that.
Bro, what is this scrap on here? You want my rating?
It's probably a 1 if you had to rate me.
With the small alteration I made. It does spit a lot. We're at a 5 from me, so you got an F from me. But let's see. My dad, who doesn't smoke weed, is watching, said amateur. Oh, it's not that bad. It smokes all right. It's like running in multiple places, so it's not as bad as you'd think, because the runs are meeting in the middle. Hunter definitely still rolls better joints than you. You're getting better, though. You like left this like this wrapper on the end. It's getting all nasty. Didn't you cut it off?
I didn't mean to. It was a
Holy shit, bro. You want to hear your scores? My dad gave you 5.9, so just below passing. Stone Vixen gave you 4.7. Louis Marville gave you a 3.7. Colin Burby gave you a 4. So you got definitely
a 4 was what I was rating it myself.
you're rating your own joint as a fail.
Yeah, this is pretty pitiful.
It still smokes though. You want a dab? I'll heat you up a dab. You can rate how. What? This is pretty good.
All right, I guess.
I mean, I just cleaned this. Like that's just carbon.
I saw how you did one earlier in the shop. You caught it on fire when you were.
Shh. Don't say that. We're live right now.
Do we have an ashtray? No. All right.
Where's the cardboard one? The cardboard ashtrays are the fucking future.
They could be. Use fire resistant.
Yo, if there was an ashtray in here with a little like magnetic lid, that'd be really fucking sweet. Almost instead of having, they should be able to. Yeah, I wonder if anybody bought a Mr. Potbeard because of us. You said your buddy did?
No, but
He said he wants to. I don't think they were very happy with our video. They never hit me back up after I sent it to them. So, unless they were so pleased.
Where's our special guest? Oh, would you like to try?
We should probably start talking about that video, the glass blowing video and the fruit show, because that's what we're supposed to be doing. Kind of been bullshit. How are we gonna watch that video, Hunter? Just a laptop? That's fine. So last week, Ben observed me making a fruit for the fruit show, and I made it from start to finish pretty much. What did I not do? I didn't make the joint, and I think I already had the stem material pulled down.
You already had the you had the stem material pulled down, and then
The joint was pre-made already.
and the joint was already made. Yep.
Not pre-made by machines. Me and Andy make our
But
joints all in-house.
I wanted him to fully prep a fruit and do the coil potting. And
Yeah.
He went crazy from there and just made the whole piece.
Yeah, he wanted to see the coil pot, like the whole thing from the beginning, to show people that like it doesn't even start out as hollow glass. It starts out as like solid rods, and I guess he's right. Like as a glass blower, don't necessarily like think about like blowing glass is the same way as someone who's never seen it done before. So we had a kind of we were like talking about it, and I was really fucking busy with the show. Even right now, we're super busy with the show, and I'm kind of just taking a break to shoot this. But I was like, how can we get the podcast going, like with the show, kind of to promote each other? And this is kind of what we came up with, I guess. Yeah, so I think he's gonna bring his laptop over here, and then we're gonna watch it, and there'll be like a little picture-in-picture. Okay, so we got it on double time, so it's gonna go a little faster.
So right now you're snapping all of your
Yeah.
pieces of clear.
Right. So right here, I'm like snapping all my clear down into usable sections.
What size
And
clear is that? Is that 3 millimeters?
7 millimeter. And here I'm kind of explaining my blow tube, which is set up for 13 millimeter or 12.7 millimeter blow handles, which I'm cutting up right here. This is obviously the way we're watching it currently is way faster than normal.
This video will put out unedited just in normal time. So if you're a glass blower and you really want to watch this and get kind of like what I'm saying on camera, it's going to be pretty in-depth. What I say now will be pretty in-depth too, but just kind of like abbreviated. Oh, you can hear like the saws and shit going in the background. I was like, what is that? So yeah, I just cut up my handles. And now I think I just jump right into coil potting, I believe, right? If I remember correctly. So if you see my torch here, this is one of my favorite things about we can talk about it right now. So that's what I'm talking about. So if you look at it, it's got a bunch of stuff hanging on it, like Batman and Joker. And there's like a cat glued to one knob. I got a keyblade. I have a ton of stuff on that torch just hanging off it. A lot of stuff that's pretty cool to me. The other backside of it, where you might see it in other angles, is all painted up. But what it is, what I run is a 65 mil Herbert Arnold. It's a pretty beefy fucking torch. Yeah, it's like with the Herbie, it's a very soft flame, and it's really fucking good for hollow work and like hollow like sculpture and artwork and stuff like that. It's not necessarily the best for what I'm doing here, which is doing a coil pot. So I'm taking a raw glass rod. This is gold amethyst, and I'm like coiling it up. We unfortunately don't have a diadymium filter for our big cameras, something that I've been looking into, but yeah, you can kind of see in that shot right there where I pulled it out what's going on. See how the rod is coiling up on itself, building a wall. If you've done clay, it's the same thing pretty much, just with glass. So you coil that up, and then I'm going to put one more stick on here. The way I coil pot is I don't really like prep any rods out. I just like kind of start going. Right there I ripped off the little end that bubbles up, and then this rod end was already nipped clean, and I just coil this shit up. Man, I wish I could fucking coil pot as fast as this video in double time. Holy shit. Could you fucking imagine, man? Oh. See, that's a cool angle where it gets dark like that. I like that. See, I'm just yeah, so usually a lot of people like grab that with a rod holder or another rod or something so they can use it the whole time, but I just use gravity to let it kind of wrap itself up. Now I'm explaining kind of how the heat-in process goes. I close up this end. That was Gino in the background, or it may have been David. They're building a shelf off camera.
What size handle are you using right
That's
there?
a 12/7 handle. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, here I'm just like kind of. This might be a fucking. I'm just heating it in, and then I guess here's a good spot.
And then I think this is where you decide that you're not just gonna make a coil pot piece. Because originally he was like, "Oh, I'm just gonna make this coil pot piece," and then
No, the whole time I was just gonna go make a.
Oh, you were just gonna make a full fruit.
Make the full fruit. Oh, originally, yes, our plan was to just coil pot this, put it in the kiln, go to a serum fruit that I had almost done. And then, oh, sorry, that dab hit me. Oh, maybe it's a joint. But then, yeah, plans changed, and I ended up just kind of blowing out this whole piece, and just, this is the way I do it when I'm, like, crushing them.
I mean, this is the way that I preferred you to do it here.
Yeah, so right here I grab a piece of 7 mil, which I'm going to punty up to the end of this bubble, and then punty up to this bubble, blow that out into a normal, like a full-size ball. But yeah, you had some other questions for me that we were gonna ask now. One of them was what my inspiration was.
Yeah, what is your inspiration?
Okay, so I thought about that. What is my inspiration for what? The pieces or glass blowing as a whole, or both?
Let's do both.
Okay. So the glass blowing as the pieces are obviously from One Piece. It's an anime show that has hundreds and hundreds of episodes, soon to be 1,000 in the near future. It's getting pretty exciting that it's getting closer and closer to 1,000. The manga chapters have eclipsed 1,000 at this point. Very fucking exciting. And one of the big things in manga and a lot of like cartoons are this whole thing on the video, by the way, is just me gonna be me shaping this into a ball. So I don't really. You can watch that, and I'll talk about the fruits. But most manga have like some sort of like power system that gives the characters either like strength or power or like I don't know, certain things. Yeah, so in One Piece, the power structure is based around a couple things. A lot of it's based around the devil fruits in the earlier series, and then it kind of evolves into a more complex devil fruit hockey combination with one or the other or both. So it gets kind of complicated. Ben's looking at me like, "What the fuck?" So in the show, there's a couple different power systems, and the biggest power system, I guess I would say, would be devil fruits, because that's what gives people, I guess, superpowers. Is like you would. Oh, now Ben's like talking, asking questions. But yeah, so the devil fruits give not every pirate in One Piece has a devil fruit though. So when I started watching it, I was like, man, those are super fucking cool. It'd be really fun to like make those into rigs. And originally I was like, like they wouldn't stand by themselves. Like they're not gonna sell well. They're like people are gonna be like weird about the rig not like standing on a table, but I said fuck it and I made a couple, and then one was a custom, and it turned out really good, and it fucking blew up on my Instagram, and I started making more, and then people fucking love them. It's pretty cool because at this point I've made, I don't know, definitely over like 20 of the different devil fruits. It's kind of tough because in the anime, like they talk about the devil fruit powers a lot, but they don't like show the devil fruits. So there's like they at this point have shown quite a bit, and most any fruit that they've shown that in canon I've made, and then I've also made fruits that I've made up myself, which are really fun to kind of explore the different like design aspects of a devil fruit, because they're all kind of like a similar basic concept. It's a fruit shape with spiral swirls on it, and it's got like some sort of spiraled up or curled up stem that extends usually both way off the piece. So it's easy to like freestyle it, but a lot of the times they don't sell as well, because what I've found is when you're selling to like a fandom, like that fan base is usually like pretty critical of what they're buying associated to the show, because they're usually pretty loyal fans of the show. You're not buying expensive fruit pipes at this price point if you're not like a pretty decent fan of One Piece. A lot of people buy them because for non-functional purposes, so sometimes I like won't put a joint in them. So yeah, that's kind of the inspiration behind the pieces in the show itself. Inspiration behind glass blowing is definitely a little different. At this part of the show, or like in this video. So I finally finished shaping out that ball, which is usually, it's kind of a task. It takes a minute to get it really nice and really even. But after that, I go in with this is 3 mil rod. And I'm taking that, and I'm hand drawing all the swirls onto the ball of the piece, which is like the base of the piece, I guess you would say. And this is probably what I'm explaining in the videos is it's really the hardest part of the whole piece. And it's not that it's hard, it's just a technically difficult thing to pull off when you're laying the glass on top of the surface of that ball and not melting them in one at a time. It like builds up a lot of stress, so it'll want to crack and shit like that. But I guess the way that it's kind of the best way I found to do it is putting them on there all at once, and then because I've done it many ways, putting them on there all at once and melting them all in it looks way better. So right there, it's hard to see in this video because we don't have a filter, but that big flame was actually me just warming up the whole piece so the stringers and the base are like the same temperature so the stress doesn't build up in the glass and cause cracks. That was something that I really, really struggled with early on with these pieces and kind of like tinkered with a lot to figure out how to like produce these fruits without like a high failure rate. So at this point in the show, I'm actually like over 99% success rate, which I'm pretty like, it's something I really pride myself in not breaking stuff. I've broken one piece out of 111, I guess. So like 110 successful ones and one unsuccessful one, which is a bummer still hurts me, but not everyone can be perfect, I suppose. And then even the cool thing too about the fruits is like none of them are perfect by themselves, which I think when you're buying a piece of art that's handmade, something like this, like a craft, I think it's cooler to get something that's maybe a little like where most everything is like, oh, this is really fucking cool. And there's like, oh, but there's this one little thing that's kind of weird, you know, and it's not bad or it's not good. It's just kind of like different. And I think that's an important part of glasswork because I've had people get pieces and be like, oh, like one of the swirls is like more melted in this part of the fruit. And I was like, look, it's like, it's almost impossible to get every single swirl perfect on the fruits because if you get one that starts melting in a little too much and you're like, oh, you could say, oh, like you could redraw that one. But then at that point, that swirl is going to stick out more than the rest. And it's just like, it's kind of like, what is like the lesser of two evils at that point? And I've found that it's just kind of accepting the nature of the glass and how it works and just let it flow, you know? So, but this takes me a while and then I end up melting them in so I can kind of get into my inspiration for glass in general, which is actually pretty cool. Like I honestly, like when we first met even, I had no, like I never even thought it would ever be like possible for me to like be on a torch and like do this. Like I thought it was this crazy shit where these guys went to school for like years and learned this craft and were like really good at it and were selling these crazy expensive pieces and stuff. So at first I was like, oh, I want to collect. And then really quickly after I got, I guess that Hoob shoe is when I was like, yo, I want to blow glass. I was like, this shit's fucking sick. And I started going to illusions out here and stuff and seeing just kind of like wooks, you know, fucking blowing glass in the studio. And you're like, they'd be like, oh, that's fucking Cowboy. And you're like, are you fucking serious? That's him? And it's like, damn. It's like, dude, this is something like I could fucking get behind and I could do and like literally look like I look. Because I used to work in like the high fashion industry, and it was like I had to wear really nice suits, really nice shoes, like all this. What? Yeah, really, really, really high end. Like I used to wear like fucking Brioni and Ferragamo and fucking all sorts of crazy clothes. And I was like, this is cool for like a month. And then I was like, this fucking blows dick. Like wearing nice button up clothes and like pants and dress shoes and every day sucks. Oh, it stopped. I got it. So like coming from that, I like after that experience, I was like, fuck that. You know, I just want to be comfortable. Like I don't really give a fuck what anyone like thinks when they see me. Like if it's like gonna seriously offend someone, like I think you probably have like bigger personal issues than you do with the way I look. But it's like, yeah, I don't know. That industry kind of gave me a sour taste towards like really nice clothes because it's just like very uncomfortable. And honestly, a lot of the way some of those clothes are produced are maybe not the most ethical. Excuse me. Do we? I don't know. Someone said Zoro or Sanji, who wins? Zoro, hands down. And then someone said 420 show in Cali. What's the theme? Well, I'm gonna pause this. Can we talk about? I'm gonna talk about this because I think this is really cool. So the next show is on 420, exactly 6 months after this show, and the theme is zombie snacks. And for a sneak some sneak intel, very secret intel, just for the people who watch this live in our podcast, I'm going to set up a whole fucking gas station with pieces, like in the gas station. But there's also going to be functioning Slurpee machines and like soda machines with like donut case and like food that you can go and still take out and eat. All the food and stuff and candy and drinks and soda machine will be free. And then all the pieces will be like in an acrylic or glass box within the shelves and stuff. Kind of like chilling with all the food and snacks for everyone. Yeah, I'm very excited. Oh, bro, just you wait. It's going to be fucking insane. It's going to be insane. It's going to be insane. I've already got the plans in motion. It's going to take a lot of planning, the full 6 months. So, yeah, that's the answer to that. Starting the video back up. Sorry about that segue. So I'm still cooking in these swirls in this video. As you can see right here, it's pretty hot. Like if you look at it like a glowing ball of glass, that shit's hot as fuck. It's hot. Very hot. Don't ask me exact temperatures. I don't know. This part, I'm actually popping the bottom hole. I put the swirls on the entire ball, melt it in one half. I'm popping a hole and I'll melt in the other half, and then pop another hole to attach the stem to. But back to my inspiration becoming a glass blower. So yeah, I kept seeing all these dudes and fucking blowing glass and stuff, and realized they were kind of just like guys who picked it up on their own and like in their garages and stuff. And I was like, damn, that's really fucking cool. And like I was at a point where I had a ton of nice glass, and I was like kind of working around some glass blowers as a photographer, and I was like, like I'm really fucking into this. Like I think I could be good at it. Like it's like calling to me. And a lot of the glass blowers were very like, I remember one glass blower in specific, like very vividly, every time he would see me would say, "Hey man, are you a glass blower yet?" But like in a very condescending, like dickish way. And I'd be like, not yet, but I will be, and it's that kind of stuff that really fucking motivated me. And I was like, it's really fucked up for people to like make a joke out of other people's dreams. And that's like something we've actually talked about on this show before, is like, I'm not about that. Like if you want to fucking do something and you think you can do something, I think realistically you can probably fucking do it if you put your mind to it. So don't let anyone ever tell you can't do something. But stuff like that was like a big motivation for me. Like people telling me like I couldn't do it. And I was like, that's really fucked up. I was like, if you can do it, I can fucking do it. So I just put a lot of time and a lot of effort into finding a place, because at the time I was living in an apartment, like a high-rise apartment in downtown Denver, and I was like living with my girlfriend at the time, and I don't think she was really like into the idea. But then I got this little fucking carriage house, right? And I loved it. And it was like the beginning of my new life. I was like, I went in there and I fucking didn't come out like ever other than to get glass or eat and stuff. And like, that's the first place I learned how to make a rig. That's the first place I pretty much learned how to do any prep, anything I know how to do today. Like, it all started like in that garage, which was really fucking cool, because I was able to basically, what I did was, once I found that spot, is I just started chipping away at my glass collection and selling it piece by piece to get new parts and equipment, and I don't know, oxygen tanks, shit like that. And yeah, just I guess it just kind of grew until it's like the only thing it's like, just, I don't even have to think about it anymore. I wake up and I like know I'm a glass blower. Like, that's what I do. So
You did go to college to be an artist.
I did go to college to be an artist. Yeah. Not a traditional artist, because my parents were kind of like, nah, like fine art, you're not going to go like learn how to paint and fucking draw, which I was like, okay, well, I guess that sucks. But I went to school to be a graphic designer. I actually got 3 majors, one in graphic design, one in communications, and one in public relations, in my 4 years there. And then I was also on the swim team, but like athletics, like I really like sports and stuff, but like I like doing creative stuff a lot more. So arts have always been like a huge draw. Took a ton of fine arts class. I almost actually had a fine arts major as well, but I fucking failed art history, which was a core, so I didn't even get the minor. It's a bummer. But it's the only class I ever failed. But yeah, I took all the drawing classes and all the design classes and all the painting classes, and like I had some art professors who really were. No, it's not much happened. I just did the important part. I had the stem pre-made. No, that stem had to have been pre-made, because I couldn't have. Yeah. See, I must.
No, it wasn't pre-made, because I remember you doing the whole.
Well, when would I have made it? Because like I'm drawing this shit. I think I do that on the next fruit.
Oh, you do it on the next fruit. Okay.
Yeah. So
All right.
I'll explain the part. All right. So going back to the video, just a little before we keep going on my other shit. I popped a hole right here, and both sides are now melted in. I'm going to put a handle on what's I would consider like the bottom of the fruit. It doesn't really matter at this point. You could put a stem on either side. So one side's melted in, attached a handle to the bottom. I'm going to take off this top handle, melt in this the top of this fruit, which we already kind of saw. So we're melting in this fruit, melting in the fruit. That kind of takes a minute. And then here, Ben's talking about Altoids in the back. So I must be just filling in a little spot at the top, and then so right here I go in and I pop a hole in the top, which I then am going to attach a stem to. It's pretty straightforward. I kind of like cooking the stem. These are called straight seals, pretty simple, but yeah. And then I guess I've already kind of seen this part. Let's back to the other story while we watch me put this stem on here. I had some art professors in college who were very, very, very like, yo, like you should pursue art, like you should pursue art. And I like wanted to do art full time for a really long time, but like I guess my parents weren't like maybe the most excited about that idea. But graphic design to them seemed like a good, I don't know, trade off. Because to me, I was like, well, graphic design's still art, and it's still something that's like growing. And I kind of like convinced them that like, because they wanted me to do business or fucking other shit like that. So the communication and public relations degrees made them very happy, but in reality, I kind of just like scammed the system because the public relations and communication degrees shared almost all the same classes. You just had to take a few extra. And I was like, that's pretty convenient. So right here, I attached the stem, cooked that seal in, and I'm finishing like the look of the stem. And I won't pop the hole yet because after this, I'm gonna go straight in and heat a hole up. Probably about, let's see, they're usually bigger than a quarter but smaller than $0.50 like size hole in the side of this. That's what I'm doing right here, blasting this hole in there, and I'll blow it out to like a thin film, and then I'll melt this film down into like a bubble that's kind of centered in the middle, and that bubble I'll rip off to remove excess glass. But yeah, I had some art professors who were very, very like supportive in college, and after I left school, I had that job that we just recently talked about, which was shitty. It was a shitty job, working in a suit all the time. Yeah, and then I fucking gave that up and started working freelance as a photographer while I tried to get into glass blowing, and finally got into glass blowing, and 5 years later, look at us. I met Ben about the same time I started really getting into glass. Oh, I was smoking so much. Yeah, so here I'm pulling the Doer seal that's pre-made by my good friend Andy, Contravenous by Cope. He makes jewelry and stuff like that. But he also blows glass. He's honestly better technically at glass than I am, I'd say. But he makes all these joints for me. I made the first, I think, 40 or 50, and then Andy kind of had finished up a lot of the prep that we needed him to do, so he's been working on these joints for a few weeks. But yeah, Andy's been making these fucking joints for 3 weeks now. It's a huge help. It saves me a ton of time while I'm making the actual fruits, and it's not something that, like, anybody's going to be like, oh, Dabber Jones didn't make this piece. It's like all it is the joint. A lot of people buy those at the store, so you're still getting a handmade joint that I get to quality inspect myself and go through them all and make sure they're right. And yeah, and he's been crushing it. I don't think any of them have not fit or not really worked for me. A couple of them have cracked just from cooling down in the kiln and not being put in with the cold seal right away. Usually you just put them in right away, but this is kind of the end. I'm like going around. I tacked one part of the Doer seal, and I'm going around the whole edge, sealing that up. This is actually all in real time. That's why it's taking so long. Oh yeah, we were gonna do that. I thought about that on the way to the airport. I was like, oh fuck, I forgot we were gonna do that really quick. So right now I'm doing this like weird blow thing for this Doer seal, where I like just kind of like puff continuously to get this the shape I want, but I don't have pressure right here, and I like doing it this way. Some people have been like, why do you do it that way? I like doing this way because I think it's easier to just blow it with some, without full, maybe full, I guess, a full seal, because you have to plug that joint in order to do that, and I usually have trouble, like a higher failure rate with joints like fitting. So I'll do it without, and they will look just as good as they would either way. So there's no like quality trade-off to doing it that way. So that's the way I do it. And then right there, you saw me stick a joint in there, just make sure the 10 mil still fits, because I test every piece before. And knock on wood, I've fucking used that joint for every fucking fruit I've made. Not even just this show, every fruit I've ever made, which is pretty wild. I went to school in 2009 to 2013, and it was still Illustrator. It was Illustrator and Adobe for all that shit. Like, that's always going to be kind of the standard, I think, for that stuff. Damn, you see that big-ass belly shot you got there? Nasty. That's nasty. So, yeah, I just finished up that whole fruit. And after that, we take a break. And here we're just kind of like fucking around. Swirls again on the serum fruit. If you guys want to see, sorry, that fucking joint made me so tired. If you want to see this part, it will be on a separate video on YouTube. So put these swirls on. I'm trying to get to the point because I do think I make a stem right here. Because here I'm just talking about stuff, pulling down. Here we go. So this is where I make a stem, which is pretty cool. I got a piece of, this is Roswell, it looks like. These are coil potted sections, yes. Most everything we're using for this show is coil potted, except for maybe like 5 pounds of orange tubing and green tubing that I picked up from Colorado Color Company just because it looked really nice. But yeah, almost every fruit is completely hand prepped, handmade. Right here, I'm pulling down a nice like taper, and as it gets cooler, I pull harder to get a smoother taper, because the heat will kind of disperse throughout the glass as you pull it. This one actually, if I remember correctly, came out really nice, and I think I separated it right away, like right here. Yeah. And then, yeah, this part's actually pretty fun. This is one of my favorite parts to do, is making all the stems, because the stems are all like different styles and stuff. So it's really fun to like make up your own stem styles. I think right there I was just clearing off the end so I could just put it away. I put it up on this rack because I'm not going to use it. In the back, you can on that rack you can kind of see a bunch of the coil pots. That's like all coil potted except that far one on the left. That's a greasy glass Hulk. All right, so yeah, I'll pull out this tubing right here, and then I kind of just like start wrapping it. It's kind of hard to explain like how this happens. Right, and it's kind of, yeah, it's hard to explain it because you have to like let the gravity. You don't heat it up. You don't heat it up all the way. You just want to get it soft to the point where it'll curl up on itself, which sometimes is a bitch But at this point, I think I talk about that I've done so many of them that it's like kind of, I'm dying. It's kind of like I used to do this on the big torch. I used to like grab tweezers and like curl it up and then blow it back out. But I got down to a point where I just kind of like swirl it up and kind of even it out with a hand torch if I need to. Let's put this. It says my iPhone storage is full. Got the sniffles all of a sudden. What kind of weed was that? Oh, maybe so tired. So now it's curled up, and then you saw me like heat the whole thing up and give it like a slight bend. This one. So I do this next step a couple different ways. How do I do this one? So depending on how the tubing looks or how thick it is or how big the collar that blows out, that I just pop that hole, that's where we'll connect it to the fruit. Sometimes I'll add more tubing on the end, which it looks like I'm getting ready to do right here, but it froze. It says connection has been lost. Never mind. There it goes. So yeah, so I attached this to give it a little more length. Oh, so this is actually some striped tubing that I had prepped out. I see now. That's the Colorado Color Company. So give it this little like collar to attach to the fruit. Give it some space. Sometimes I don't do that, but this time I definitely did. There's got to be some sativas over here. Wake me up. You got anything?
You want the soda review?
Go get that kid. We'll do the soda review. Because we're pretty much done. Like, after we watch this stem, we've seen everything, right? What a great video review. Crashed it. Does anybody on the Instagram, it only looks like there's a couple people still watching. Does anyone have any questions about the fruit show that I could answer on here? We're going to put this episode out next week. So if you guys want to watch it, you can. I guess while they're down there, I can talk about the solo stuff I need to talk about. So the fruit show is going to be October 20th. I've posted that all over Instagram. It'll be live on YouTube, I think is where we're planning to have the live stream too, just on the Buddy System channel. For people who are interested in buying, there will be a Discord channel set up where you'll be able to log on, join the Discord channel, and request a service ticket. Those tickets will be numbered in order that people will log on and request the service ticket. And that will actually be the buying order for the show. So that's how I kind of hashed it out as being the most fair, the most equal. The Discord channel itself is going to open up about a week before the show, but the ticket service will not open until the day of the show. So yeah, it's kind of the important stuff. I'm going to post that just in its own video on Instagram. As for the show, if there's any VIP watching on Instagram or watching this video that are coming to the show, it's going to be pretty fucking sweet. We're going to have we'll have a dab table set up by Essential Extracts. We'll have tacos set up, a taco bar set up, live painting. There'll be several art displays. So, yeah, it should be pretty fucking sweet. All right, so this is our guest for the week, Zach. If you want to introduce yourself really quick, your glass name. He's also a glass blower, so he's been helping me.
Twinkletoes glass on Instagram. I'm a glass blower from Boston.
cool. Yeah, Zach hit me up when I posted on Instagram about needing some help, and I flew him out from Boston to Denver for a week to help me coil pot. He's been staying here. This is his stuff. So if you guys have been wondering for the whole episode, I kind of forgot we were going to acknowledge that, but that's why all this stuff's in here. So yeah, it's very last minute type thing, but it's been pretty good. It's got tons and tons of fucking work done. Pretty much everything. Today's kind of like the last work day. And then yeah, I don't know. What do you got, Ben? Ben met him the day after he came in.
He said he was moving here from North Carolina, or moving to North Carolina.
From Boston.
And I was like, well, I happen to be from there. So,
as our followers and viewers know, we love you.
so I brought some cheer wine.
Yeah, so Ben walks in with his big fucking smile on his face with this in his hand, and I'm like, what the fuck is that shit? Cheer wine. Oh, dude, that Chupa Chew. I should have got that for your birthday. Ooh, I fucking missed out. This show's wrecked. Been wrecking me. Wow, it smells like literally maraschino cherry juice.
It's like cherry cola.
And that's what it tastes like.
Reversed. It's like cola flavored cherry soda, basically.
Cherry with a hint of cola. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's like inverted.
So like I grew up on cheer wine.
That's a super North Carolina thing right there.
Since 1917. That's how long you've been drinking it?
Yeah, Ben said he was from North Carolina, and I was like, oh, whereabouts? And he was like, oh, between Greensboro and Raleigh, and I was like, Evan? Like, yes, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Yeah. You know the place.
It's not a very big town, but yeah, my parents ended up retiring there, so military craft but that is the location they're staying. So I'm not like from North Carolina, but that's where the family is now.
So what made them move there?
Military. My stepdad's from North Carolina. Like his whole side of his family is from Mebane and everything like that.
Okay,
So
okay.
that's like kind of how they ended up there. My mom had a choice. She'd be out here. She likes like New Mexico and like Colorado and like mountains and shit like that. So yeah, even though they live in North Carolina, they live in the flattest part of the country. So but yeah, I like North Carolina a lot. It's cool. I mean, Colorado's been cool too. That was my first time here.
So how long have you been blowing glass?
Like I think 5 years now. Like June 5th is my glass birthday.
Okay.
5 years.
Glass birthday.
When's your glass birthday?
No idea.
It's not
I'm
even
that
like-
guy
I
that'll
called it-
forget
It's the day I made my first.
anniversaries and shit for sure. I have no idea. I think about it, and it was either in March 2016 or May 2016. I think it was May because it was right after me and Vincent had got back from a 420 tour in Vegas and California when Scott stole my job.
Damn it, Scott.
Not necessarily stole my job, but just kind of poached it. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it was sometime in May 2016. You could probably look on Instagram and find out.
So tell me about that piece you have there. Is that like your?
Yeah, this is a collab that me and my buddy Tainted Glass. It's Tainted Dot Glass.
It's got the spin marble.
Yeah, so he does the marble. And I went ahead and did like the color prep on it. Fade of like a pink to a purple. I was pretty disappointed actually. I did like all the work to get that fade, and like I faded it so much. I pretty much just mixed it all into one color, so you can't really tell the fade. But yeah, and then I did the sculpting on top, and then I did one of my Joey faces. Just like kind of a totem figure of
Face.
of a face. Yeah, so I like that it's ominous, kind of lets you put whatever like kind of face you have in your head, or like playing on faces. His faces are sick.
How did I get into blowing glass? I went to culinary school in New York, and I got an internship on Nantucket, and I was cooking on Nantucket like really crazy hours, and then I would come home to stay in my closet because I was like, if I could live in the closet, I could just have my own bedroom because it was like employee housing, and so I was like, let's do it, let's Harry Potter this shit, and so yeah, I straight up lived in a like underneath a staircase and everything, and while I was chilling in my staircase, I was watching Revered Glass like tutorials, just being like, oh wow, this is crazy. I'd love to do something like this. And I was like just finding the glass scene on Instagram, and like the combination of the two. I was like, ooh, I think I'd like to try that. And ended up going to a concert in Boston. Met a couple of people that were like in the scene, and they showed me their collection. I met like a glass blower there. I was like, man, I feel like this is the universe telling me that I should blow glass because I was like interested in it, and now I'm meeting all these people. I feel like, you know, you go to Boston, though, you're gonna meet somebody, and like with a purpose, you're gonna meet somebody that has like a heady collection there. So it's fun. So yeah, that's I shortly after
Came out of the closet.
yeah came out of the closet and went and took my first lesson in North Carolina after my internship, and then like maxed out a credit card, bought all my own stuff, and just like did it on my back porch, watching Revere Glass things, and then I moved to North Carolina because I couldn't really find any studios. Or I moved to Boston because I couldn't really find any studios in North Carolina that were like convenient for me. So I ended up moving to Boston, and that's like where I've like learned to blow glass for the most part. I was pretty novice when I showed up there, but yeah. So internet,
The internet.
Yeah.
I watched a few videos, but I kind of just started fucking with it. Figured it out.
I feel like that's the only way.
Yeah.
You can only tell somebody so much.
You can only learn so much without getting your hands dirty.
Glass, when it melts, is very unintuitive, so it takes a long time to just get that intuition of what it's going to do when it gets hot. And so I think that's the main hump people need to get over. That's for glass blowing. But once you get there,
It's pretty fun.
yeah, quite a lot of possibilities.
It's pretty damn fun.
So you enjoyed is this your first time in Colorado?
Yeah, first time. That's definitely part of the reason I came out was I was like, oh, this sounds interesting. Never been.
Yeah, he said he wanted to see the mountains and go to a dispensary and see Denver. But the first two things, pretty fun. But Denver right now is kind of disappointing. A lot of the businesses are still boarded up, which is kind of shitty, and like the only things that are open are restaurants. I actually looked at Meow Wolf tickets for last night, but they were sold out.
Yeah, I looked on the first day I was here, and
They book up pretty quick.
very
You can get them like if you get like a week in advance, you could get them. If we would have got them like the first day you got here, we probably could have went. But I didn't even think about it. But yeah, so we went to the mountains. We talked about that a little bit earlier in the podcast, and Zach was with me at Dream Canyon. Andy took us up there. It was actually super fucking cool. I'd never been there, and I've been to a lot of the spots up in Boulder Canyon. But Zach, it was really cool. We should both tell our experiences, because for me, like the experience of taking Zach up the mountain was really cool because he like you could tell how fascinated he was. It was like, wow. Yeah, it made me feel like the first few times like I drove up the mountains, you know. It's kind of like cool to be back in those, I don't know, in those like footsteps, because I had the same reaction the first few times that I really, really got into the mountains.
I like seeing people's reaction to it when I'm taking them like to where I live.
Right, even driving down the highway, him seeing like the foothills from the highway was like blown away, which is cool to see that.
I mean, they're huge.
Yeah, massive. Yeah, and it's like people don't realize that it's not just like mountains that you just drive over those mountains that you see, that they just keep kind of fucking going for quite a while. Long fucking time.
Yeah, no, it's
So it's pretty cool.
I like seeing the Tennessee hills, and like those are definitely big, but like I don't know, just the way the like trees are dispersed and everything. So much more like
Right.
yeah, you get to really. It seems big, but
What was your favorite view? Do you have a favorite view that you saw?
I really like just being able to see. Like I'm obsessed with like creeks and brooks
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Just because like I grew up like fishing in like Vermont. Whenever I would go visit there, it's like where my dad's family is from, and so I just like really like seeing like the creek and the stream from that far up.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
We took the Type R up there.
Have you done a lot of work for Tyler?
Fuck ton.
Yeah.
Tons of work.
Has he been nice to you?
Been the nicest.
Cracking the whip.
Dude, I'm so nice. I'm very level headed and easy to work with. Yeah, it is. I'm pretty particular. Like, if people want, I just want good product and good outcomes. So sometimes, but no, I don't think there was any problems at all.
Have you learned anything from Tyler?
I don't know if it was necessarily like that kind of trip, but did you?
I mean, like I followed Tyler for like before I even started glass blowing. I remember his like first series and stuff like that.
Jabber Jones, sorry. He didn't like Tyler.
Oh yeah.
You can use my name.
Following
Tyler.
The way you say it is retarded. Yeah, see, he does it the way you do it. You're saying it like that. Dude, that reaffirms my fucking. That's how I do, dude.
Anyways, I've been following Jabber Jones for quite a bit, and so it was definitely interesting to like. He posts a lot more than me, and like has like a much. We kind of started around the same time, and has much more of a following, and so like I like have a hard time like kind of focusing or like getting over like having like perfect posts on all my things rather than just like getting content out there for people to see and like intake. I wanted to almost too obsessed with like trying to like have like a curation of like all my best work on there, like Instagram is some sort of like artist catalog like portfolio, and it's not. That's not really like I need to be
Right.
using it to, like as a tool to get to my. And so I've always watched him do that from outside, so it's interesting to see him in a transitional period in between like doing like that and using that as like just direct sales to like move it into like a show style. I think I do a lot of sculptural work and stuff like that too, so it's like not too. Yeah, I'm interested in like how he's running his business or whatever, and like seeing it from the other side. So yeah,
Yeah, it's a pretty good look.
and coil pot a bunch of shit for myself, and
Yeah.
like, go like sculpt a bunch of stuff because I definitely think I can do that. I have a hard time working for myself too.
Right.
So yeah, I was like, if I could find someone to coil pot for me, and then I could do the sculpting, like this would be sweet.
Yeah.
I can't find anyone like that in Boston. Boston's
Yeah.
having like a mass
Why don't you
exodus
just
right now.
fly Tyler out to Qualify
Yeah.
and you can do your own show?
I'd do like 10 and I'd be like, man, I'm so tired.
Yeah, no. It's
It's hard for me to work. Like, you work a lot. Like, when you've been here. Like, it's hard for me. I guess.
like I said, I can't work for myself very well. Like,
Right.
If someone else is paying me, like I have like the.
I guess
like,
it's,
angst of
yeah.
being, like I cannot. I got fired from a job once or twice, and it was quite
Right.
traumatic. I'm like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Do it
Tell
again.
us about that.
Yeah, I got fired from my internship on Nantucket. It's actually a really great story. Yeah, so thank God I didn't make it through culinary school because that was expensive, and it's like unaccredited, and I ended up not in the culinary industry. And so, anyway, so I locked down my internship in Nantucket, which is part of my academic like curriculum is to go on this internship. So it's like booked through the school, and right before that, I got caught with weed at the school, and they're really uptight about drugs there. Like you get caught with weed once, you get suspended for 15 weeks. Like most colleges, you just get like a 45 or maybe $100 fine or something like that. Like, and so I got caught with that, but I already had that internship locked tray of bacon, one after the other, 3 times in a row, like within the first like 45 minutes of being there at this like really high prestigious. They're like, just cook us a tray of bacon in the oven, and I put one in there and I started doing other stuff and I burnt it, and then I did it 3 times in a row within like the first 45 minutes of being there. And there's like this like woman sous chef there, and she was like just immediately looked at me and like knew what she had like as far as like usefulness in me, and it was just really downhill from there. And so I just kept coming in high because I was like, this sucks, and I just kept doing terribly because I was coming in so high. And cooking at that level is really hard. So I think after like 2 months, you had to take a bus because it's on the very tip of Nantucket. It's actually like a maybe 30-minute drive on this tiny island. Maybe not that long, but they pick us up in a bus like really early. They put me on the breakfast shift because I could not be trusted with dinner, because dinner was like every plate was like a piece of art. It was crazy. Really, really nice. Like straight up, the salad there took one person would plate 2 of the salads at a time, and they would take 25 minutes for them to finish 2. Like that's how long it would take to plate. They were amazing. They had 30.
Sounds like me rolling joints.
And so,
I don't know if you get the same outcome.
I couldn't be trusted on dinner, so they put me on breakfast. So they're picking me up in this bus with. There's a lot of Jamaican workers there, and so they're picking me up with all the Jamaicans that are like working in the front and in the hotel and everything like that. And I had like just blazed, and I guess like somehow today it was just real bad, like really, really bad. I smelled really bad, and like as soon as I get on the bus, like all these Jamaican people are like, "Oh Lord," like opening up the windows and shit. And I'm like, is it really that bad? And like, it's probably stereotypical thinking of me of it being like, come on guys, like it's fucking just some weed, chill. And yeah, so I guess we all showed up there. They all had the windows open. It was like a cold Nantucket morning. We were all cold, and we were just like couldn't take the smell, I guess. And yeah, they went and told, and my sous chef was like, come here, like go upstairs, and they like basically told me to come home and brought me in. The next day was my day off. It was Friday. They called me in and they fired me on my day off. I was like, hell yeah.
Hey, you got fired on your day off.
Yeah, you got fired on my day off.
Yeah, I got fired from my fancy clothes job.
Yep, so exactly. That's kind of funny. So, but yeah, they fired me. I cried like a baby in front of like the sociopath of a head chef that they had. He just like, I was like, oh my god, this is gonna fuck me up so much. Like, yeah. Anyways, the school ended up calling me and being like, hey, since this was your school internship, we're considering that your second violation, and we're gonna suspend you for 2 years on top of the 15 weeks. So I was like,
You're done.
yeah, done. And yeah, I ended up getting a job at another restaurant on Nantucket because my parents were like, we have no plans to come and get you, so you better just like figure it out. So I slept on a beach for 2 days, like while I was just like figuring things out, and I had like buddies who had internships on Nantucket as well, and so I like ended up hitting up my buddy Jake, and he got me a job and like a couch to sleep on, who ended up being the restaurant I worked for 2 years. Did really well there, like really actually learned to cook there, and that's how I ended up in the closet. Was with their employee housing. Was like that. Yeah, I stayed in the closet by choice for 2 summers in a row. It was great.
Boom.
Yeah, and that's
I've lost some jobs too.
Ben got fired for working for me.
No, I just stopped coming.
I guess you quit the day before you got fired. We'll put it that way. Peter, I don't even know.
I don't know what he's talking about.
You and Peter don't want to do any work.
Well, won't be the first job I lost.
I know. Ben's gonna get Buddy System's gonna be the longest running job Ben's ever had, but also probably the lowest paying.
Yeah, so my first job ever, I got fired for embezzling money.
Like, how old are you? Like, that was your like
16.
16. Like stealing tips, does that count as embezzling?
Yeah, so I was selling. So I worked at a car wash, and you know how you pull up to the car wash and you order your like what you want, like your basic wash or your platinum or whatever. And I had people that knew that to not pay $10 for the Armor All out back when you could go around and pay me $5 out front for the Armor All. And I was making like $300 a day in tips. And
From the embezzlement, or just
yeah,
like,
From Armor Ollie?
yeah, from Armor All. Yeah, no shit. And this one particular day, I had sometimes you had partners where you just get cars done faster if they were slow or whatnot. And this girl was helping me, and that girl walked away with more tips ever in her life because I split the money with her. Big mistake. Oh man, I guess she was like sucking off the managers or something, and I guess she was on her way to the top, so she told on me, and they pulled me in on my day off, dude. Like,
cheers.
yep,
That's how they do it.
ridiculous. Pull me in on my fucking day off. Like, they told me they knew about it and all this stuff. I'm like, man, what the fuck? So I got fired from there for embezzling money, and then I got a job directly next door at an ice cream place, managing it.
You manage it. Did you get fired there too?
Yes, I got fired from that job. And that's so.
And ice cream scoops out the back.
So that is when I full on started my career as selling weed.
Bro, I don't know if you should talk about that. I think we are on camera.
I mean, it's fine.
People come in, they're like, let me get a little extra walnuts. And you're like, I got
Well,
you.
so check it out. They sold the ice cream.
He says it's fine.
It's closed now. So it was at the place is called the Crazy Cow.
All right.
And they sold the ice cream by weight. So I had two scales there.
That makes
one,
sense.
Yeah,
That's
so
smart.
I had one scale for my weed, and it was literally I had it set by gram. So you just throw weed on there, and it would tell you how much money it costs. And then I had another scale for the ice cream. And
Oh my god.
and dude, literally, I would go to this job, and I would be so hungover from the night before, or like I didn't sleep the night before, or something like that. Or I would come in and have a ritual of like hitting the bong like a whole bunch and shit. And I had to like set up in the morning, like put the hot dogs out and get all the ice cream out, get all the stuff ready. And then you didn't open the doors till like 11. And I would get all this stuff done at like by 9, and then I would just take a little nap before I had to open the doors. And sometimes I would wake up and it would be dark outside.
You should sleep through the whole day.
Not even like
Dark outside.
People thought you were probably on drugs. They probably walked up there.
Were you on drugs?
I feel like I've seen videos of that on like YouTube.
Dude.
Like from the outside, they're like, look at this guy.
So then-
They're like working at a gas station. Just
It
like,
probably was Ben.
So then, like, I had a couple of those days, and I was like, all right, I gotta get my shit together.
He had a couple.
and then I got sober.
Well, no, I never got
Oh man.
But man, like,
That's funny.
so me and this guy, the guy that owned the place, me and him would get in these arguments all the fucking time, dude, because he had all these like different like things he wanted us to do. Like he would have his kids get
fall asleep at anything.
I'm over here selling weed to people and ice cream. You know,
So people would walk up, say I was someone, and I was like, "Hey, would you be like, all right, I got you
people
on that
knew
chocolate?"
To be buying. People knew to come to me.
But if they didn't, would you
No.
pitch it?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
They didn't know. I'm not an idiot.
I mean, you fell asleep through full work days. I mean, I don't know where to.
I did. He did pay me for those times I was sleeping.
Did he find out about it or no?
No, he never checked on me.
Oh, well, fuck him.
Yeah.
Damn. What job did you have after that?
I never had a job.
Oh,
That was the start of his. Never mind. Sorry.
that was the start of your career.
Career as a
Well, at that time at the Crazy Cow,
lettuce
I was
solicitor.
in school for welding. I was in night school for welding.
Do you still weld?
No. I mean, I would like to, but
So what happened? Do you not work for them again now?
dude, I would love to work for them, but I don't know why they all of a sudden my hours got cut to nothing.
Damn.
That sounds like a similar story. My guy was telling us at dinner.
Oh yeah.
Walking through the mountains. Did you guys talk about the homie driving
In the,
the mountains on that?
did we talk about it?
We didn't talk
Not
about
on
that. She
here.
had a homie,
Oh, that was when we went hiking.
Y'all went to the mountains.
Yeah, we went to the mountains.
Yeah, so we were leaving, and we're driving out, and this dude in the minivan's coming towards us. It's a single-lane dirt road, like leading up to the trail. You know the type. And it's like this van's coming towards me, and there's like a fork in the road, and I was like, okay, he can literally just pull into the fork, and I'll drive past, and he can back in and keep going. But he like started going in reverse and just kept going until I was like, well, we can't even see him anymore. So we started driving, and he had like stopped, and Andy's like, I know that guy. And like we pull up side by side like this, and we're facing opposite directions, and he literally just holds 3 beers out the window. But right before that, he grabbed one and cracked one and like put it in his cup holder. So immediately I was like, this dude's definitely interview worthy. So the first thing Andy and him want to do is like go shoot guns, and I was like, I don't need to go shoot guns illegally.
I was immediately like,
He wanted to do it really bad.
I mean,
So
it's not really illegal.
well,
where we were, it was
That's the sign that was like, do not do
no
something
there's a lot of no shooting areas because it was like neighborhoodish type
Yeah,
place.
so like, there's like so many places where I live that you could just walk out in the forest and just crack off guns.
This guy was really high. in
Right.
though.
Yeah. So he was like walking up to people where like there was literally signs that said no shooting, and he'd be like, "Is there anywhere to shoot around here?" And people would be like, "No, nowhere."
Y'all were in Boulder.
I know, and I was like, "We don't need to go out." I was like, "Fuck that, let's go just eat some fried chicken." So finally, we're like, "All right, let's go eat some fried chicken." So we start driving down this hill, and I don't know if he was driving because I was in the Type R like this, or if he was like trying to impress someone or whatever. But dude,
Did you preface that he's-
Did he shoot guns?
no, we shot no guns.
What kind
No
of guns
shot.
did he have to shoot?
Dude, he had
Tell me
a
about that.
22 pistol.
Yeehaw.
So I was like, I don't even care.
No.
I was like, definitely don't need to get arrested for shooting a 22 pistol.
Taking a risk unless it's a 45
Yeah.
caliber.
So, anyways, we start heading down the hill on Sugarloaf Road in Boulder Canyon, and
Have you prefaced what he was driving?
oh, he's driving a Honda Odyssey minivan.
What year?
Not old.
Maybe a 2008?
I think newer than that. Maybe like a generation old. And dude, he started going down this hill, and I was like, what the fuck?
He wanted some fried chicken.
Bro, he was going down this hill like 75, 80 miles an hour in a minivan. Like literally like in the middle of the road, like on the shoulder, like
We said he had some bears on.
yeah. And
Was Andy with him?
we were flying. And even in the Type R, we were fucking flying in the Type R
borderline to the point where I was like, if we go any faster, then it's going to be like sketchy for us. And I was like, but a Type R is meant to drive like this. Like, you're driving a minivan. Dude, we'd get close to him if there a car got in front of him, and you could smell his brakes. We pulled up, and I was like, man, someone's brakes. And I was like, it's got to be his, because, like, we'd smell it if it was ours already.
Did Andy ride with him?
No, Andy was with us, and Andy was laughing the whole time. Man, this shit. And we got bottom of the hill, right? We took this whole thing going like 75. We get to the bottom. And this isn't like a 40-mile-an-hour zone. I was like, this is a little ridiculous. I'm like, and we get to the bottom, and we stop to get gas. This is another suspect thing. He comes over. He's like, you see me getting frosty? You were getting frosty. And I was like, this car is designed to do that shit. I was like, I would never do that in that car. But he pulls up. So this was something that I thought was really fucking, this is something I thought was really strange. He pulls up to a gas pump, right? And he goes, there's already $25 on here. Like, no, and I was like, this is fucking weird. But then not only that, proceeds to ask everyone at the gas station, like, hey, does yours do this? And I'm like, this is really fucking weird.
It wasn't $25, right? It was just like,
I don't know, but he put $25 in his gas tank and he left. For sure. So I thought that was a little weird.
Wait,
did he get it for free, or?
I have no idea.
Oh, so he
I don't
pulled
really-
up and there was, I thought, okay, so
Apparently there was $25 prepaid on the pump.
I read that he pulled up and it said $25 was pumped into someone else's tank, and he
Oh.
it's $25 on here. Oh my god.
No, that's what he did. He like pulled up and there was like $25 on the pump available to pump, apparently. So
He got $25.
That's
I guess he just got $25 free dollars of gas. But I was like,
That's not weird. That's lucky.
no, I thought it was suspect because of the amount he was talking about being unemployed and needing money. That's what I thought was suspect about it. I was like, I don't know about this little situation right here, but that was strange to me. Because being lucky and coincidences are one thing, but when several coincidences all happen at the same time, it's usually not a coincidence.
Well, you think you stole the gas?
Potentially.
I don't think you can, because they're not set up like that no more. Unless you go to like ghetto gas stations.
My thought is he was trying to be
You think he bought the
impressive.
gas and then was trying to flex that it was free?
Something was weird about it, for sure. Like it didn't line up. Because after he pumped the gas, like he still went inside and stuff, and like talked to the clerk and went to the counter. So I don't know. It just seemed weird, but that's just part of the story. But yeah, and after the story, we went and fucking went to the Post and got decent deep fried chicken. I was told it was gonna be amazing. It's not bad by any means, but it also wasn't like the best.
Have you been to North Carolina at any?
Yeah, I graduated my senior year there.
Have you ever had Bojangles?
Yeah, the Blueberry biscuits are to fucking die for.
Yeah. All right. So you've had that fried chicken.
Yeah, they're.
That's
the
just
biscuits are-
mediocre fried chicken. It's fire.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, so
Cajun filet biscuit.
I've been telling Tyler about. I mean, it's pretty good.
we're gonna go to North Carolina.
Bojangles.
What about Biscuitville?
I don't fuck with biscuit
Did you fuck with it at all?
though. I've never eaten biscuit though.
Okay.
I guess I should.
Should we just go to North Carolina after the show? That could be a good trip.
We should just like cut.
Be kinda
right here
fun.
and just be like, bam.
That would be pretty cool if we had the budget.
Yeah, we'll go and visit you in North Carolina eventually. But
Yeah, for sure.
there's just, I just know so many more people to visit. It's ridiculous.
We could do the podcast from a boat in the middle of my parents' lake.
That
We
would
could
be
do the
heady.
Same thing.
That would be heady.
We could do.
2 lakes.
I got a pet.
We'll review each lake and see which one's better.
We got a motor.
Okay, so one lake's already way better.
You look like you belong there.
So
What lake do they live on? They live on
So
the lake?
yeah,
Or
they
have
have
like a big pond.
they have a man-made like lake on their property that's in the shape of like a boomerang, but and then the house is in the middle, so you can't interesting laugh. Like I have a really a terrible compulsion to just
The
be
first
like,
couple minutes that
like if they laugh or something.
I have crazy laughs sometimes for sure.
the first like couple minutes I was here when I met you, I'm like, where's that accent at? I thought you came here from Boston. And you were like, where the fuck is your accent from? Like that shit is not from around here.
Asking me.
How long have we been going?
Oh, this is a
2 hours. So, would you come and work for us more? Next time, you would make a lot more money. Far exceeded what I was expecting.
Yeah, maybe. It just depends on like where I'm at. Cause I'm like I said, I'm transitioning to like a new job working
Yeah.
for someone else as well. But yeah, I'd be interested.
Yeah, me and Andy might have to lock it back down. I hate Previn.
we'll have to go out there and you could go blow glass in North Carolina with Zach.
Be working for his.
Yeah, I don't work for people.
No, we'll set you up with a studio. I can come up with a
What?
liquid tank and
I
stuff.
am gonna build a studio in my parents' farm though.
I can come up with a liquid tank and stuff back home.
You can?
Yeah.
Yeah, my stepdad, he's like running a construction business, and they just rebuilt the air gas there. And so, yeah, when I showed up last time, he just had a liquid tank for me, and I was like, I don't think you understand how liquid tanks work. Like, it's kind of a use it or lose it situation, and I'm not gonna be able to blow enough glass here to use a like. He gave me a 300-pound liquid dewar tank at the studio. He was like, "Told you I can get it," and I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Showed up there with like a couple of sticks of rods to make like a couple of little things, and like I got you oxygen.
I'll hold it there.
So yeah, I can ditto.
Ditto. It's a competition. Who's better?
Yeah, I'm excited to build my own studio out there too, so I can like go blow glass in my parents' house.
Blizzo, some glizz ass. Who?
You or Zach?
I don't know. Probably Zach. I'm not that good. I'm good at selling stuff.
We'll have a friendly competition.
I guess I'm pretty good at making recyclers.
I think y'all should do a marble race.
His torch would physically put him at advantage immediately.
Glass is such a diverse. Like
You want us to race to make a clear marble? That's
No, I
retarded.
want y'all to make marbles that race down a track.
That
Well,
is
have you ever-
like not even close to
That's-
what I thought you were gonna say.
There's like a guy. It's a race thing. There's a guy who like does really big marble races, and he commentates it like it's an Olympic.
That would be
like,
cool.
And it's hilarious.
I
It's
thought you
like,
meant
it gets
race.
millions and
Well, have you
millions
seen?
of views.
Well, have you seen the glass game, like the glass games, where they have the marble competition is a big part of that, and you literally they have glass blowers sitting there playing fucking marbles and everything with the sets they made.
Not me. What are you, 15? You 8-year-old? 9?
Every champs had a.
They're playing marbles like in the like thing. I don't even know how
Yes.
that game was played. I made marbles for 6 years now.
You take the shooter marbles, the big ones, and you shoot them into a circle and knock the other marbles out.
How's the point? You gotta know the pointing system. Please don't tell me the pointing system on the marbles game.
I mean, you just take the marbles.
He's
that
gonna
you
do
shoot
it.
out
If you
on a
say
circle
don't,
base.
he's gonna do it.
You take the marbles out of the circle and run the ones you shoot out.
Right on.
Y'all should start.
No, Ben. Give me that. Give me that back. I'm gonna do that. I mean, unless we got more stuff to talk about, we kind of can wrap up. Dude, we got fucking like 38 people watching.
Out of those 38 people,
I don't know.
can I please sponsor your dabbing to like make it less?
Ooh, maybe we'll get there sometime. Dude, there's nothing terrible about this.
Jazzed out. China. Fucking. Do you have a real shark slurper? Is that a real one?
It's an American made from Python.
This is American made.
So it's not about the make or model. I've used a Chinese slurper that slaps.
What's wrong with this?
I mean,
Because if you treat it with love and care, your high is gonna hit you like with love and care. I want to be hit with aggression.
I feel like it's just because you're like so adapted to like the slap to the face that red like glowing gap gets you. Like you're used to that.
So
Whereas like if you just like if you got like a nice hot dab that still didn't.
I'm not doing them that hot. I let it cool down.
So when we first started dabbing, we had titanium nails, and
I remember
and we were red hot dabs all the time. Then we had domeless.
Wow.
Man.
Remember the Halen honey hole?
Every single person that's ever smoked hash in the past 10 years.
Hmm?
What?
You did, how are you?
26.
26. Yeah, I'm 36.
So you started dabbing when you were 16?
Like 18. Like my first,
Jesus.
yeah, so like I was right as like we were switching to domeless was like my first dab. And in like South Carolina, even out of high school, that shit was like hard to find.
I had a skillet.
I first wanted to smoke weed when I lived in Japan and like in high school, whatever. Like my parents were.
I never thought about
And
it,
it was
ever.
It was so like I was like walking into like places that looked like they were like kind of hippie shops like off base in Tokyo, and like I was like, "Do you guys have any like?" And people were like, "No, do
that
not
shit-
ask about that
nah.
around here." They're like, "Get away."
That shit'll get you fucked up.
Yeah, they had a lot of spice. They had like spice at a place that was like right off base, and I never tried it. But yeah, that was like me.
Did you hunt down any weed?
No, I couldn't find any. I had to wait until I knew we were in the States.
I wonder if like how hard it is to really hunt down weed in a place where they'll kill you for having it.
They won't kill you in Japan, but they'll definitely like you're gonna be like screwed over. I know I've heard stories of like I think Coil like bringing like some hash over to like the Team Japan guys as like a fave gift because they're like very gift oriented there, and they were like, we want to bring you this, and they brought him some like crazy nice stuff, and as soon as Yoshi Kondo and like all those guys saw it, they were like, how did you bring? They're like, thank you, but please don't ever do that again. They're like, you took a way too high of a risk for this. They're like, that is crazy. So like even the guys who are like making pipes over in Japan are like, don't.
Because even making the pipes there is a little sketch.
Yeah, a little. Yeah, I would say it's a little, but they definitely have like an underground scene and stuff like that. So
The best glass blowers in the world come from Japan.
I mean, they're just like the art of professionalism, and the professionalism of art is like a thing that
Yeah.
is just part of their culture. It's like,
Yeah.
you're gonna be an artist, like that's like an actual career choice, and it's like people have
Yeah.
that work ethic already in them. It's not like it's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna live this artistic style life when I become an artist. That's
Yeah.
the idea we had. That's definitely what I had whenever I first.
Not me. I feel like I thought it was going to be my fucking job.
And
For
so,
sure.
Like, but yeah, so like everybody when they get into art over there, they're like, that's my job. And they
Yeah.
like that. So that's why we get like so much cool stuff from over there.
Yeah. I guess I've always wanted it to be my job, so that's how I've always approached it.
We need to go to Japan.
I don't think we can yet.
No.
And I think we definitely have to get the vaccine passport for international travel, is what it's looking like. They're going to pass.
They're gonna have to shoot me with a fucking dart gun.
No, you're going to go get it with me. Hunter is going to film it.
No.
That'd be funny
Like
as
on the
fuck.
opposite end of the spectrum of morality. Like I was trying to get it before it was like okay for regular people to be getting it. I was like, give me that shit. Give it to me.
Do you want to mutate or something? Like,
Yeah. Also, like my parents were in the military, and they had like literally whenever I was like, I asked them, I was like kind of hesitant about it whenever it was first coming out because I like deathly fear of needles as well. But like I don't know, I was just kind of like wanted to get the.
But you have tattoos.
Yeah, it's a different type of. It's a different needle thing. I don't know.
I have the
Seeing
same thing.
It's seeing the big needle like this, and I'm like, that whole thing's gonna disappear into my arm. I don't know. Maybe it's just like I think it's trauma from when I was a kid that I can't.
So for me, because I have a similar thing, people bring up the tattoo thing, obviously. For me, it's as if something can travel through the needle, it's freaking me out. If it's a hypodermic needle, it freaks me out. Doesn't matter how big or long it is.
The needles on a tattoo machine are not hollow at all. They're just.
Not for traditional tattoo guns. I have some in there.
But yeah,
Yeah.
because my parents showed me their list of vaccines and injections that they got to go deploy and do all this shit and all sorts of stuff, and my parents are fine. And they got way crazier
Experimental shit.
well, not experimental, but just way more
Dun,
unique
dun, dun.
and not near anywhere near the amount of population that needs to get vaccinated for this one or whatever. But so I was just
So we need to go when the Supra is done and send the Supra there to drive it around.
That would be so expensive and so much work to bring the Supra back to Japan, especially as modified as it's gonna be. They're gonna be like, no, you're not driving that thing here.
a buddy of mine while we were there brought his Skyline back.
Or we should buy a car.
Bringing
while we're
something
there.
from Japan to America is different as long as it's 25 years old. That's all it
Well, I
has.
know
You had to get all the
people-
windows replaced.
Really?
That was the biggest thing. You had to get all the windows replaced.
I've
It was,
seen some
a
other
really different
YouTube.
test or something like that. That was
I've
crazy.
seen some other YouTube channels where people were sending their cars there and drive them and then send them back.
I don't know how.
They fly 'em.
Well, obviously. You're going to drive it across the ocean?
You go fast enough.
Stop.
It's
Wow.
else.
Yep. All the way for like 2 days. Just like.
High IQ solution to a high IQ problem.
Fly them. Duh.
Load on
I didn't mean like physically how. I meant like.
You can fly your car somewhere.
I understand that. But flying a 1,500 horsepower Supra across to another country to like drive on public roads, I don't know. Maybe. We might be able to take it there to and specifically drive it on a track. You'd have to line it up so you're driving on.
Jones.
You have to line it up to drive on closed roads.
Telling them in
Jones
Japan,
Right. Well, if you
telling them in
took
Japan
one
that your
to a,
name's Dabber Jones, they're fucking searching us.
I mean, if you were maybe taking it to like an event or a track, and you told them like, "Yo, we're taking
They're
this
still
to
searching us.
this
They're like,
track,
"Fake name."
and we're not driving it on the roads," they might let you in.
They're like Tyler Smith.
But then we could drive it on the roads.
I think that we can. I think that we won't have any trouble shipping it and driving it.
You think everything's
It's
like
right
gonna
hand
be
drive,
easy?
too. We're gonna fit right in.
You're right. We will.
There's that.
So we're gonna take it back to Japan.
Take it back to its homeland. Dude, that car will be from Japan, so it freaking came here, back there, and then back here again. Like,
She actually was in Japan, then it went to Australia, then back to Japan, and then here. I bought it when it was in Japan and had a company do it for me. Yeah,
we should
it's
definitely
quite
buy-
an experience. It was
we should
pretty
definitely
cool.
Buy a car from Japan.
When we're there, yeah,
Yeah.
100%. We're bringing at least like 40 grand.
Per person. Sylvia for $1,300 while we were there.
Yeah,
I made it go sideways for another grand.
yeah. I'm gonna fucking buy something sick. Probably,
Corvette.
dude. I've been looking at C8s.
Buy a Corvette in Japan.
That would actually be really sick.
No, actually, what they say,
There's
they
there
say,
probably isn't a Corvette in Japan.
well, what
Like,
they,
there's
No.
probably a
what they
couple,
say
but-
to do is to, if you're thinking about buying a car in Japan, send yourself a restored, like American muscle car, like a Mustang or something like that, and they sell over there for what Lamborghinis and stuff do over here.
Oh wow.
Sell for big money, so you could like make a trade or anything for like things that you can't get for money. You know,
There's like a bunch of
they really like Cadillacs.
We should take some American cars over there.
in Dubai. There's like this issue because of how Sharia law is over there.
It's illegal to be in debt.
So if you would default one time,
They take your shit.
they are gonna but it's an arrestable offense. They don't just take. They don't
Yeah,
like,
I read a big article about that
and
shit.
So people just like straight up like drive their like Bugatti that they missed a payment on, and then just like
For getting the car.
and then they'll like sell it back over here.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, people are getting I saw like an R8 going for like $100,000.
See, that's what we should do. I'm trying to get another car after the show. Let's find let's do something.
R8.
Let's try to find something that's like from like an auction that's like really fucking sick that we can get at a deal. Should we get a GT3 RS or a GTR? That'd be sick as fuck, bro. Bro, that'd be sick.
They're right now they're selling for about $215,000.
I was looking, but I was also looking at the C8 Corvettes. Those things are nasty.
Dude, they look so exotic.
The more I look at them, the more I'm like, wow, that does look really good.
They look good with a little bit of lowered a little bit.
Yeah. I was actually building options on one last night. One of the upper models have a different suspension that's lowered a little bit. That's the one you're seeing.
Yeah, they're pretty sick.
Super
but
cool.
I tell you though, every time I see a C7 Corvette, I'm like, damn.
They look good
those
too.
look fucking sick too.
They do.
Have you ever driven a R8 or an R7?
I've not. No.
No. I'm sorry, an RX8 or an RX7. The rotary Mazdas.
I have, yes.
Pretty fun.
Yeah. Rotary engines are really cool.
Drove my buddy's the 7, which is like the older.
Yeah, yeah.
They drove that thing literally spit flames out of the back.
An RX-7 FD is one of my next car on my car list.
There's one riding around my neighborhood with an LS in it, and it sounds like a monster.
For sale?
I don't know if it's for sale, but it's very nice and well done. Like it's like gunmetal gray with black wheels.
Yeah.
Which that
Pretty
is a popular
fucking
sport
sick.
to do 'cause it's a very light car.
Yeah.
And putting a Corvette motor in a light car is just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it sounds pretty cool. Yeah, but the rotaries are so sweet.
I hope to get my car back here soon. But
Oh, yeah, you took it to my mom.
yeah, I took it to Tyler's mom to get worked on.
Were we talking about that when the cameras were rolling or before?
I don't know if we were before.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
There's not.
Yeah. My mom runs an auto collision repair center in Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Oh, it's your Tyler. Okay, never mind.
My conversation with
Sorry.
Oh,
my
yeah.
conversation
Sorry.
with your mom was pretty funny. I was like, so my friend Tyler says
Sorry.
Oh, so you talked to her?
yeah. So I was like, my friend Tyler says that I can bring my car to his mom's shop, and she's like, that's me. And I was like,
She's
and I was
that's
like-
me.
And I was like, hello Heather, how are you doing? Because I remember her name.
That's great.
Where's the shop at?
Cheyenne. It's maybe like from here, maybe like an hour 15, hour 20.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. North.
Oh yeah, we did talk
North.
about it on camera. We did. I remember talking about the whole Preston stuff, breaking down and stuff.
Yeah. Tell me more about this conversation, though. It's funny.
So
She says that's me.
yep, she's like, that's me. And she's like, he did talk to me. We talked about the. I just pretty much wanted to know if I could drop it off this weekend. And
Wonder how long it'll take.
I hope that.
I'm so, dude. We can review my mom's business. No, that's awesome. We're actually supposed to have that logo at the end of every episode because she gave us $500 as a sponsor. Maybe we should probably throw that in. I should probably send that to Hunter.
And so it's at
Lennox Auto Body.
yeah.
It's actually a sick ass shop though.
It looks like a nice.
Fucking huge, dude. They got like, I guess like almost $1 million paint booths in there.
What's paint
A paint
booth?
booth? Where you
Oh, booth.
put a car in it.
Gotcha.
Paint
I
it.
thought you said a paint
Paint boot.
boot. No, paint boot.
Paint boot.
Oh, paint boot.
So yeah, that's pretty cool.
So
I have.
You have.
I've had a car painted there. They fixed my car in the past.
You
I
have
don't pay shit.
60 pieces left for your show.
60? A little more.
You said you're making 180 pieces and you have about 120 done.
No, I have 110 down.
110.
And
So you have 70 pieces left.
And I'm making more. I made the shelf bigger than before, so now we're doing more.
That shelf looks gonna look mighty sketchy with a lot of pieces on it.
I don't know. I think it'll be fine.
You're gonna
It's pretty fucking sturdy.
telling people stay the fuck away from that shit.
It'll be roped off. Yeah. Vincent said he was telling Matt Robertson and Icky Glass about fucking the show and how many pieces we're having, and they were like, "Wait, are you serious?" They were all like, they were
So
intrigued.
You're gonna have next time you have a show, you're gonna collab with anyone.
Maybe. Been thinking about it, definitely. It'll be a more open topic and subject to be able to collab and do things with. So,
I'm already looking at his joint, and it looks like a fucking.
yeah, it took like 2 minutes.
I also rolled my own cigarettes for a few years. That's like
Uh,
maybe like 5 times harder.
He's such a whoop.
Well, I don't smoke cigarettes at all anymore. Thank God.
yeah, you smoke that Nick juice, though.
Yeah, I got my cancer candy. I love it.
Nick head.
I realized how
You nick it.
I know, I love that.
easy.
You nicotine head. Nicotine Nancy. Yeah, but
But yeah.
what else?
Sounds like a.
Got anything else?
I don't think so.
We talked about a lot today.
You got a date coming up here soon?
Bro, I'm pretty excited. Friday.
We're gonna talk about it on the next show. See how it goes.
Your date? Where you playing?
A date.
I'm
Where am I playing?
Yeah. You got a gig?
I'm gonna text
No.
you during your date. But how's your date going?
Dude, I'm not even gonna tell you. I'm not gonna take my phone in.
You should.
What if
Because
she's
your ass
like,
will be on the whole time.
Nah, I'm good at giving my undivided attention to the people that need it. Why you laugh like that? You fuck. I think damn, if we had more time, it would have been fun to do, what would I call it? Homie makeover? Go with your homies to the mall.
Oh, I could dress you?
Yeah, you like pick the outfit
Oh, I
out.
can use some overalls.
Yo, what it would. Yeah, that'd be so funny though if I like walked out in overalls with like a long sleeve t-shirt, work boots. Be like, you gotta get a mullet cut now, and then we just Ben dress up just like me. Be like, yeah, this is actually for my podcast. We made this into content.
Does she know about your show?
I said I filmed a podcast. I'm not. It's not something I try to like.
What dispensary is this?
The dab.
We'll have to go up there and
No.
tell her about my podcast.
It did not sound like you just said podcast to me. It sounded like something.
Just when we had that dude on the other day, he said something, and I swear to God, something else came out.
Yo, let me ask you. So Hunter gave me a list of the episodes that are done. Who's Dave? Who did we interview that's
came.
Dave?
Dave, you played disc golf with us.
David Ross? That's
No,
episode's
not that.
out.
No, my friend Dave Scott. Remember?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And then I got really mad at you the next day in front of him. Dope. Yeah.
But yeah,
You got any dates coming up, Ben?
I don't have any dates.
We gotta find Ben some dates.
I got, yeah, no dates.
I like how we're doing it. I listen to a lot of comedy podcasts that you guys have any dates? And they're usually like, yeah, I'm at the Wilbur Improv, this, and this. And you're just like talking about like actual relationship.
Hell yeah, man.
Like, it's like we're at the end of the podcast.
So do you dates, Zach?
Zach's in a relationship.
Going on like 5 years.
Are you wifed up?
No,
No,
not
Getting
yet.
married anytime soon?
Are you?
probably not anytime soon, but yeah, we've talked about it.
So that
Do you have
means
any kids?
sooner than later.
No, we're definitely feeling the pressure.
He has cats. I've heard
Oh,
about
dude,
him.
we're like, I'm a straight up cat daddy.
He likes my cats.
Just cat dad. I'm not gonna say cat daddy ever again.
Cat daddy.
You can.
Cat daddy.
You can say anything you want on this show.
I feel like Cat Willie. Just like cat daddy.
That was a song and a dance, bro.
The cat
To the cat daddy,
daddy. Would you
cat
mind showing me
daddy.
the
No,
dance, please?
it's like you stand up and do this wheelchair thing. Hunter knows.
Oh my god! Confirmation from the booth.
Yeah, you do like it's like this, and you like, but then you do it at different speeds or in different parts of the song. It's kind of like a mini cat daddy,
Oh, okay. All right. That's like a
you baby cat.
cat guardian.
Okay.
It's like a step in between father
Very literal.
and super dry jokes surrounded out here.
Daddy.
Here, smoke some of this.
But yeah,
Yeah, I love my cats. It's been nice actually that he has some really cool.
so you're leaving tomorrow?
I am leaving tomorrow on my first red eye flight.
Yeah, got him some weird flight times for sure.
Yeah, we should. We want to play disc golf tomorrow.
Possibly. Depend. He's got talking to some friends, so they might already have something to
They
do.
were talking about hiking St. Mary Glacier.
Yeah, very common spot.
So I was kind of favored, and like Matt and Ian said we're both into it. So might try and swing
Could
by.
potentially do that. That's a quick hike too.
That'd be fun.
Maybe.
I was gonna talk to my not to talk to, but I was talking to my friend about possibly bringing me to the airport.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Whatever you need.
whatever works out.
I'd prefer not to drive to the airport.
Yeah, I figured so. If it works out that well.
So,
Did
But yeah,
Dabber Jones pick you up from the airport on time?
he did.
He was having issues. If he was even gonna.
Oh no, on time? No, it wasn't. I mean, I was just chilling though. Our flight landed like mad quicker.
Super early.
I got my luggage like instantaneously. A lot of people told me that Denver airport sucks or whatever, but I was literally out of there in 10 minutes.
Did you check your luggage?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you check your torch and stuff.
I actually, yep. No, I actually bring my torch carry on with me. I do carry on.
Do they check that out in security?
Every single time.
They're like, what in the
They're,
fuck?
they
is
always
this?
look at me and they're like, "Can this like?" It's crazy how easy I get it. Like I'm just like, they're like, "Can this like blow glass? Does it have gas in it?" And I'm like, "No." And
Those
they're
are
like,
the hoses right there.
and they're like, "Okay." Like they don't know. Like,
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? It's not like they went and got somebody that does know. Like,
right. There's not
it's
like
not-
there's like a glass blowing expert at
Yeah,
every
yeah,
airport.
you know,
Like
or
call
like-
him in.
Or like a welder or somebody who knows how like gas acetylene torches or whatever anything like that works. It's like, and they were just like, okay, go for it every single time. They're
How
always
often?
like, eh. And then I just tell them, hey, it's fine. And they're like, yes, it is fine. It's like I did the whole Obi-Wan thing or whatever on them.
I have a friend
Yeah.
that flies everywhere with a Darby ray gun.
Oh yeah, some guy at Boston recently like made it on TSA's Instagram. Was like trying to fly with a Ram Nicholson full like scale to 1-to-1 scale replica of a 50 caliber rifle, and they were like, "No, you have to check this, you fucking idiot! You can't bring a replica gun." And it was like not like a space gun one. It was one that had like wood tech
Yeah.
and like I think it was a subliminal collab or something.
Yeah,
like that.
probably.
It was like one that looked like a gun.
Damn, was it the one that got stolen? Because there's a Ram Sublime gun that got stolen.
It was all over the
Apparently.
internet though. It was like definitely very funny.
That's dope.
But yeah, he gets his checked every time. They have him take it out and look at it because they're like, this totally looks like a gun in that Pelican case.
Yeah. My friend shared like takes every opportunity that the TSA is like, let me open that. He's like, sure, and then it's just like pulling out work, like check this out, and just like doing show and tell like on TSA and stuff.
Interesting.
Man, that was the quickest TSA trip we've ever had when we went through
So easy.
last time.
Super quick. All right. Well, peeps, this Buddy System, Dabber Jones, peace out.
Smokey is out.
Follow me on Twinkletoes Glass on Instagram.
Boom. See you later.